please go to the, wait, what? Check logs, check logs, check logs. Please don't go to the emergency room. Urgent care is cheaper and not the same facility. Dude, what are you talking about? What do you mean check logs? I just explained to you that I went to a urgent care facility already. I've never seen that much love from any community. You know what I mean? There's always going to be at least a 20 to 30% there that say, not that guy. Shockingly enough, they only got like 9%. So very cool. And then yeah, when I was working out this morning, I chopped off a little chunk of my pinky. So that's what happened. I was doing front rack. I was doing my final block on my exercises. Front racked 55 pounder walking lunges. Okay. First, I start off with squats where I hit 310 for 6. Well, I hit 310 for 5. Here it is. And then what else did I do? I did RDLs, Romanian deadlifts with 85 pounders for 15, then 12, then 10, then 8. And then while I was, and then last but not least, there's honey that knocks off the camera here. But after that, while I was doing front rack lunges, 55 pounders. On the way back, I'm putting the weights back on the rack, and my pinky finger got caught in between the metal barrier that is supposed to hold the weights, and it just like chopped it perfectly clean. It wasn't that big of a deal. It just started bleeding a lot, but as you can see from the cut, it was like a perfectly clean cut. So no skin flew off or anything like that. So I was not even going to do anything about it. I just like doused it with hydrogen peroxide. And then after that, I doused it with hydrogen peroxide immediately. And then I wrapped it up like tight so it stops bleeding. Did it hurt? No, it didn't even hurt. I think I was a little shocked at how badly it chopped it off a little bit. But anyway, I did that, and my dad freaked out. That looks deep, maybe glue it. Yeah, it is deep, and that's what we did. We glued it. So my dad was freaking out about it. So I was like, all right, I'll go to urgent care. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's fine. But bro, you realize that increases scarring to hydrogen peroxide cover, right? It's outdated, bad medical care. People thought it was helpful 50 years ago. Wait, what? It's fine, chatters. It was in the interim, okay? It was just for a brief moment. I went to the doctor. I went to urgent care, and it was not like the pit at all. They actually fixed it up real quick. They got me real quick. And at urgent care, the doctor was like, yeah, we'll kiss and make it better. It's a little boo-boo. It's not that big of a deal. And he was right. I was fine. I didn't even need to actually go to the doctor. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just bleeding a lot, but my parents freaked out over it. My dad freaked out over it. So yeah, we just glued it. Shit's glued up right now. He just told me don't weight lift for a couple days because you don't want to like pop it open. Chinese netizen unreasonable glaze update. I saw somebody say you have the shadow of Guevara when you were on stage speaking up for Palestine. I would call them a LARPer if I saw it on Twitter, but it seems like a legit compliment in China. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I do not deserve a compliment such as that. But yeah, I got it glued, got it wrapped up. We're good to go. Can't be working out for a couple days, but it's all good. Get some good sleep over the next few days too. It'll increase your healing capacity. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm late. So I apologize. I was behind this guy. That's why I'm late. I saw a Cybertruck with a thin blue line patch on it. It's hog time, baby. Was the tear an actual cut? No, it was a cut. Were you disappointed that it wasn't like the pit? Rich ass able to afford an urgent care visit? Chatter? I have insurance. Not to flex on you, but I have a $15 copay on those things. Not to flex on you, chatters, but I'm kind of a baller. I'm kind of a baller, fam. Yeah, not to flex on you, but I got insurance. I got it like that. When I go to urgent care, it's a $15 copay. I think that's like, that is unironically a flex though. I saw a clip of you talking about the pit and then you got derailed by someone. So can you talk about it, please? No, I talked enough about the pit. I love the pit. The pit is life. But yeah, that's it. That's what happened. Classic American bragging about a copay. Oh, I saw this video as well. This is a funny one. We'll look at that too. But yeah, like I said, we have some fun stuff lined up in this upcoming week. So get excited for it. Get excited for it. Socialism is when you do the colonoscopy yourself. Yeah. Damn, what's your monthly? It's a lot. I think it's like $600, $700 is what it was. It's crazy, dude. Dude, when I left the Young Turks, I had to do Cobra and pay that shit out of pocket. I don't know what it is now. I actually don't know. Isn't that crazy? Cobra is insane, dude. Cobra is supposed to be the patchwork solution so that people who lose their jobs can still maintain their healthcare that they got from their corporate job for, you know, I think it's like 36 months max. And that patchwork solution basically is you paying the entire premium that your corporate job sponsored basically covered. So you lose your job, let's say, and then you have to pay the whole thing. It's psychotic. It don't make no sense. Socialized medicine now, please. What an insane situation. Please go to the, wait, what? Check logs, check logs, check logs. Please don't go to the emergency room. Urgent care is cheaper and not the same facility. Dude, what are you talking about? What do you mean check logs? I just explained to you that I went to a urgent care facility already. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, it's too late already, okay? What is this advice you're giving? Like, what? Not everything has to be like, oh my God, this is a matter of utmost importance, please. Have you had the ethical consideration of choosing a urgent care facility over an emergency room? God damn, dude. I could be dying. Okay? Bleeding from a wound. And chatters would be like, hey, by the way, check logs, please. Check logs, please. I know you're bleeding out on this live stream right now, but check logs, please. Have you considered that you probably should go to urgent care because you shouldn't hold up an emergency care facility? In many instances, it's the only way that poor people can get any sort of healthcare coverage whatsoever. So please really reconsider your ethical decisions that you made. A lot of time, urgent care will send you to an ER while charging you a bunch. Then you have two bills. For what you had is fine, but urgent care is usually trash, to be honest. Yeah, I luckily don't ever have an instance where we're like full-blown comprehensive medical care. ER is if you're worried you might die. Urgent care is if you're sure your life is not at risk. Yeah, check logs, please. The note is about how you can use super glue to seal a wound. Yeah, I also asked the doctor who didn't say it, but I felt like when he walked into the room, he gave me the HasanAbi head look. And he didn't like reveal it to me, but I could tell, I think he was one of you motherfuckers. He might be in the chat right now, but I asked, I grilled him. I was like, so what do I do? Like, let's say I'm in an island. Okay. I'm in an isolated island and, you know, plane crash situation. Can I use super glue? And he was like, in a hypothetical scenario, he was like, in a hypothetical scenario, yes, like if you have nothing else, you know, that could work. Cause I was, you know, I find myself in deserted islands all the time. Genuine question. What attributes do you associate with HasanAbi head face? No, it's just a look. It's just a look that someone gives you when someone gives me specifically when I can tell if they know who I am or not. The pit does a decent job of capturing some aspects of healthcare, but it's complete fantasy in the way that it depicts the residents, med students, and attending physicians. Don't listen to your doctor. You need to reopen the wound and put leeches on it. Trust me, I'm a chatter. Yeah. What should someone do instead of Cobra, or is that the best option? That's the only option, chatter. Die. What should someone do instead of Cobra? Die, I guess. I don't know. It's like, it's a sad state of affairs, but you have no other option, you know? What am I going to do? There's no medical care. I can't pay for it. I guess I'll die. That's unironically the method here. That's the move. That's the method. That's the only availability you have at your disposal fantastic stuff we have here in America. Wealthiest nation on the planet, by the way. Have I ever mentioned that? Wealthiest nation on the fucking planet. It's so sick. All right, let's get started. There's a lot going on in the world. Constitutional crisis over deportation schemes. Dem senator visits El Salvador. El Salvador over unjustly deported Maryland resident. Isn't there laws preventing hospitals from refusing life-saving care to underinsured and non-insured people? Yes, the hospital. That's why a lot of poor people will go to the emergency room. Partially because they usually put it off until it's far too late, because regular checkups at a primary care facility, a primary care doctor is expensive, costly, might not be covered by insurance, might have too much of a high copay or whatever. So most people will literally wait until the very last second when it becomes a major issue, and they go and work. I mean, they go and use the emergency rooms. Hospitals also simultaneously will basically farm the emergency rooms as well. They're overloaded. It's really annoying. It's I guess somewhat of a cost-effective alternative for them from the administrator standpoint. You know, is it effing? What's happening? I didn't experience any Fs on my end. Also, our Medicare system encourages treatments versus preventative care. Yeah, that's the other thing. You can't get preventative care. Preventative care is inaccessible because of price. That is a major problem. That's why Americans are so goddamn unhealthy. That only enables them to receive short-term acute care and does not result in meaningful correction of long-term or persistent medical issues. Foreigners may not know. Yeah. If you do not live in the United States of America, this is a concept that is alien to you, because you're like, what do you mean you can't like go and get a consistent medical checkup or even drugs, for example, that you might need in a timely manner? And that is because doctor's visits cost money in our country. And even if you have health insurance, it still costs money, and a lot of money, as a matter of fact. Wonderful system we have here.